He's a winner, he's a star. He's a prince among men. Always coming way too far. He's a prince among men. He's always right cause he knows what's what. Winning is his game, he's always said. He's the best, he's the prince, and he's got the lot. And he hasn't let it go to his head. In the Hall of Fame, he's an all-time great. The finest football player of his day. Patted on the back by the hand of fate. And I wouldn't have it any other way. He's a winner, he's a star. He's a prince among men. He's a prince among men.
Gary! Gary!
I know what to want on the invitations, but I just couldn't sleep last night for worrying about the menu.
Beef versus fish again.
And there's still a question mark hanging over the melon balls.
I suppose at a wedding reception it could lead to unpleasant jokes.
Prawn cocktail.
Well, it's the same problem.
Saying, why won't this door open?
It's number 18, Mr. Prince.
18. I was pressing 17. If the fire brigade arrived, tell them it was just another practice. Sonia, what is it today, then?
Beef versus fish.
Beef.
Beef? Really? Yeah, beef for a winter wedding. You're probably right.
Hey, I'm always right. And how's it intended?
Kevin's very well, thank you.
Has his skin cleared up?
Well, the acne's subsided, but I'm afraid the eczema's put in another appearance.
Sounds disgusting. What do you reckon, Bev? Could you kiss someone like that?
I've always found Kevin a charming young man.
Yeah, he is. If you close your eyes. Still, love's blind, eh, Sonia? And let's face it, you're no oil painting yourself.
Morning, Gary. Good weekend.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, we had quite a nice time too. We've been invited over to this nice...
Dave, shh, I'm not really interested. You've done it again. How many times have I told you about putting things in front of these photos? You've covered up Princess Anne. That is practically treason.
Sorry.
Very proud of this photo. Princess Anne being introduced to me.
You've been introduced to Princess Anne, surely?
Hey, she said she was very pleased to meet me. I think she knows what she's talking about. And where's Stan? Dave, I will thank you not for putting two soccer legends, me and Stanley Matthews, behind your National Breakdown membership pack. Right, what's my programme for the week?
Well, tomorrow you're opening a supermarket in Widnes, usual thing.
OK. When's the Queen's birthday?
Don't know why. You thinking of sending her a card?
Don't be stupid. It's just, I was thinking with the birthday honours like, do they write to you if you get one? Do you have to look it up in the paper?
What?
I mean, I expect if it's a little one, like an OBE or an MBE, that sort of crap, you probably have to look it up. But if it's a biggie, you know, like a knighthood, they'd probably give you a belt, or maybe even send someone around like they do with the pools.
A knighthood, you? You don't seriously think you're going to get a knighthood, do you?
Could do.
Well, what would you get one for?
Services to sport. I don't know, practically anything. I'm a captain of industry now, you know me. Got all these businesses making money.
For you?
Not just for me, for this country. And there's me charity work. Look at all the stuff I do for blind kids. I'm the one who thought about taking them skydiving.
That was a brilliant idea.
It was, actually.
I bet little Leslie Jefferson thought so.
Hey, that was not my fault. The chances of getting caught in a windsock must be hundreds to one. OK, if he'd seen where he was going, he might have taken evasive action.
He's still in hospital.
But his injuries are more psychological than physical. Actually, I might send the Queen a birthday card. You know, get the ball rolling.
Yeah, you do that. Anyway, Thursday, you're at the Royal London Hotel giving an after-dinner speech at a Metropolitan Police do. It's in honour of Richard Collier, the Assistant Chief Commissioner. Now, he's the sort of person that gets a knighthood.
Why?
Well, he just won an award for bravery. He personally rescued 4 people from being held hostage in a bank.
It's just a question of being in the right place at the right time. You want to know what courage is? Playing around a pro-celebrity golf with Jimmy Tarbuck. Gary Prince. Hello, love. Have you? Hang on a second. It's Liesl. Got herself trapped in the house. OK. Really? Has that done the trick? Yeah, good. No problem. See you later. I don't know, the most sophisticated system money can buy. The wife will soon get the hang of it. Anything in here about me?
No.
So, what time are you in London on Thursday?
They want you there at 7, but I won't be coming with you.
Why not? You always come with me.
Well, if you must know, I've got a hospital appointment.
Oh, yeah, and that's more important than my career. How selfish can you get?
We're still having problems with the guest list. You see, my side's bigger than his side.
Well, it's the seating you want to worry about. That's where you need tact and diplomacy. You've got to be aware of nuances.
Oh.
I remember at my wedding, Christopher's cousin Ronald wasn't really entitled to top table status, but he's in advertising. He invented the slogan, "I feel like a Fig Newton." So we thought, put him next to the vicar. They'll have things in common, both being educated men. Shall I bring my first aid kit?
Why?
Best to be on the safe side. My medical training can come in very handy on these occasions. If someone got a fishbone stuck in their throat, I'd know exactly what to do.
So would I. I'd sack the caterers because we're having beef.
Really? Well, Trumper never did know when to stop. Remember Founders' Day? First matron, then the badger. No wonder he was gated.
Mark, we need to talk about the knitwear.
Well, look, you must bring Daphne and the kids up for the weekend. Or maybe you'd rather bring your wife. I'll leave it up to you. Well, thanks for the nod. I'll get on to the broker. Yeah, right you up. Talk to you soon, Shagger.
Shagger? Who's Shagger?
Shagger Wallace. He's number 2 at the Treasury. We were in the same house at Marlborough.
I should have known.
He's just given me some rather useful inside info about the futures market.
Isn't that illegal?
Not if you were in the same house, no. Now, then it's called friendship, being a chap. Not that you'd know.
Yeah, look, we need to talk about the knitwear
Just a minute.
company.
Pongo, it's Donkey. Just been talking to Shagger. Word to the wise, get into rubber. My pleasure.
Do what? Hey, I don't pay you to sit here chatting to your pervy pals.
Business. It's through Pongo Portman that we bought the knitwear company so cheaply. I owed him a favour. That's how business is done.
And who the hell's Pongo Portman when he's at home?
The 4th Earl of Highbury.
At school with him as well, were you?
Of course not. He went to Eton. Then I roomed with him at Cambridge.
You people make me sick. You think you run this country?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you might have fancy friends and a fancy family, but don't forget you work for me.
Well, I'm sorry if it offends you that I have a pedigree.
I've got a pedigree, chum. But I don't brag about it.
Well, I don't blame you. If I had a family like yours, I'd keep quiet about it too.
Mr. Fitzherbert, I've got the logo for the new knitwear range here. May I say it's very tasteful.
I'll take that. You chose this, did you?
Yes.
It's rubbish.
You haven't looked at it.
Yeah, it's rubbish. Looks like a sheep with a crown on.
It's a Cheviot. It's the Cheviot Woolen Company, so a Cheviot seemed appropriate.
Well, it doesn't look like a Cheviot. It looks like a sheep.
A Cheviot is a breed of... Oh.
Anyway, it's not going to be called that anymore. That's what I was going to tell you. From now on, it's going to be called the Gary Prince Knitwear Company.
How original.
Not original, smart-ass, but shrewd. Get your name up front, get your name on the product. From now on, I want my name on everything I own.
As you wish. Just seems a trifle egocentric.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't work with your name, would it? Mark Fitzherbert. People wouldn't know whether it was your name or a description of what you get up to.
Beverly, get on to our Sheffield tool manufacturers, will you? Tell them that our Lord and Master has insisted on a name change. From now on, they're going to be called Gary Prince's Tool Works.
The fax has just arrived for your wife.
Take it across to her, Sonia, yeah?
Right.
Gary Prince. There you go. That's the new logo. That's what I want on the knitwear range. Get it off the company straight away, Bev.
Actually, it's Beverly, Mr. Prince.
Hey?
Beverly, not Bev.
Yeah, I know that. Get it off straight away, Bev. There's a good girl.
Ja, gut.
Dr. Zimmer is flying over on Thursday. He wants me to translate his book from German into English.
You're very clever being able to speak German.
Well, I am German.
Yeah, but even so, it's very clever of you. I don't think I'd have ever been able to learn it.
You would have done if you had been born in Germany.
No. I don't think so. I'm just not as bright as you. What's the book about?
Your past life regression. It's a process whereby someone is taken back to a previous life under hypnosis.
Oh, that. That's been on telly. You know, I often feel I've been here before.
You have. You come here almost every day.
No, I mean here on Earth. If I did have a previous life, do you think Kevin was in it?
Oh, I don't know anything about it. I'm just a translator.
I should think he was, because it's a funny thing. But from the moment we met, we seem to know all about one another. We've got so much in common. For a start, we've both got irritable bowel syndrome.
Really?
Yeah. And then there's gone to the opera, the ballet, the theatre, classical music concerts, etc.
I didn't know you and Kevin liked that sort of thing.
No, we don't. We can't stand it. That's what I'm saying. We like staying in and watching telly. That's why we're so well suited.
Relax. You're probably in shock.
Hey, Sonia, smarten yourself up a bit. What do you look like?
I think we should talk about the dog, Mr. Prince.
Hey, that is not kind. I've seen some dogs in my time, but Sonia's not one of them. A bit rough, maybe, but a dog, no way.
No, the guard dog. It attacked her.
Good.
What?
That's what it's trained to do. It's trained to savage burglars.
I'm not a burglar.
Hey, Sonia, it's only a dog. It can hardly be expected to inquire politely what your business is before it bites you. Be reasonable. Now the son dog down.
3 years running, he was voted fairest and most loyal player. Say what you like about Trevor Ketley.
All right. He was a Jessie. A waste of space. The worst footballer this
He was a gent. He is a gent. He was in here last night, bought me a drink. I said, Trevor, you're a gent. Now, he has done well for himself. He's a councillor now, you know. He's going to donate a cup.
So you said.
The Councillor Ketley Cup for the player with the cleanest kit.
What a prat.
You see, it's standards with Trevor, and that's why I made him captain. With him in charge, it wasn't whether you won or lost, it was how you played the game.
In his case, with 2 left feet. Everyone knows this club has only ever produced one player worth talking about. Me. 12 years old, I broke every record in the North West Counties Pennine League. I was a genius, a prodigy, the most complete footballer this country's ever produced.
The other thing about Trevor was his modesty. That and his generosity.
What do you do?
I'm cancelling Thursday's training. Half the lads have got flu. I've spoken to Barry's psychiatrist. He still won't come out of the house.
You can't do that, Vince.
I just have done. Trevor paid for this notice board, you know, out of his own pocket. I said to him, I said, Trevor, do you want your name on it? You know, the Trevor Ketley notice board. And do you know what he said? Thank you, but no thank you. That's the sort of chap he is. Modest and generous to a fault.
Vince, it's only a notice board. I paid for this old clubhouse. The bar, the changing rooms, the lot. The money I got from my first transfer went into this place. Thousands and thousands of pounds.
Well, that's just showing off. Anyway, you have your reasons.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? When you played for us, you were only a lad, 12, 13. Couldn't get a drink at the bar. First time you get some money, what do? You build a bar. Surprise me if you're an alcoholic.
That's all the thanks I get, is it?
That's all you get from me.
Don't know why I keep coming here.
I do. I've still got 1 or 2 things to teach you. I was your guide, your mentor, your gnu. No, it's not gnu, is it? It sounds like gnu. What is it?
Garoo.
I was your gnu. I was a father you never had.
What are you talking about, Vince? I've got a father.
I know you have, but it's not me. I'm the father you never had.
Something to be grateful for.
Should we have a chat?
All right. What sort of a day have you had?
Brilliant. Marvellous, wonderful, as usual. Thanks for asking. Hey, Sugar, do you fancy a nose job?
What?
Do you want another nose, a new one?
What do you mean? Is there something wrong with my nose?
No, it's a great nose, as far as noses go. It's just, I read this article, cosmetic surgery, very expensive, so I thought, why not? Let's go for something bigger and better.
I don't want a bigger nose.
No, I didn't mean a bigger... Do you fancy having bigger...
No.
I think I will have a drink. I've got to go to London on Thursday to do an after-dinner speech. Dave's supposed to be coming with me, but he's busy apparently, so you fancy coming with me instead?
I can't on Thursday.
Come on. You know I hate being on my own. Please.
Darling, you don't need me to hold your hand, huh?
Well, I do, actually. You know, we should spend much more time together. Do you remember the old days in Munich? We were together morning, noon and night.
Yes. Well, Bayern were paying me to translate for you and generally look after you.
Not at night, they weren't.
You were the first proper Englishman I'd ever been out with.
And there was nothing proper about me.
No, you were very bad, which was very good.
So, gonna come with me then?
No, I'm sorry, I can't. I've got to see a man about a book. And yes, thank you, Gary, I will have a glass of wine.
Oh, I see. I suppose this man and his book and...
Gary, what are you doing?
Just testing the carpet. See if it repels stains, like they say.
Oh, yes, a fantastic shot. There we go. To Irene, lots of love, Gary Prince. There we go.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah?
I saw you on the Desert Connor show last week. Oh, you were smashing.
Way, thank you, my angel. It's a lovely man, Des, and a good personal friend of mine. Okie dokie, been terrific meeting you all. Take care, be good, and if you can't be good, come round to my place. Whoa. I love you all. Take care.
See ya.
Come on, Dave, let's go.
Yeah. Your routine with the salami went down well.
Yeah, the housewives love that. Of course, you always get one that faints. Hey, that's our Brian.
Nah, it couldn't be Brian. He lives in Australia. What would he be doing here?
No, it was him, I'm sure of it.
OK, it was him then. He's in England for a couple of weeks. He's here to see your mum and dad.
And how do you know?
Because he came into the office on Friday.
I was in Scotland on Friday.
I know, that's why he came in then.
Dave, why would he do that? Why would he come all the way from Australia and not see me?
Because he can't stand the sight of you.
Brian is me brother.
Yeah, and he hates your guts. Your mum and dad don't like you either.
Dave, that was a misunderstanding. Just a family tip.
No, honestly, they really don't like you at all.
Dave, you don't understand. That is what northern families are like. It's banter, it's humour. Deep down, they love me.
Deep down, they loathe you. That's why they firebombed your Mercedes.
That was a gag. They're always burning motors round our way.
Yep.
Few messages from this morning. The police rang to say they'll be videoing the dinner on Thursday. There'll be cameras there.
OK.
The Daily Mail phoned. They're doing a celebrity survey. They want to know what you think about the Shaftesbury 2.
Who are they?
Those two blokes have just spent 10 years in prison for a murder and they didn't do it.
Yeah, well, I'd have hung them.
They didn't do it.
Says who?
Well, everybody.
Even the man they're supposed to have killed.
Hey, Sonia, I'm not going to get into a debate about law and order with you. Frankly, you're out of your depth. Dave, the point is, if they'd hung them in the first place, you wouldn't have any of this argy-bargy. End of story.
You're probably right, Gary.
Hey, I'm always right. I'm a bit fed up about this do on Thursday. I don't want to go on my own. What's wrong with you? What's your hospital appointment for, anyway?
There's nothing wrong with me. If you must know, I'm going to see Leslie Jefferson.
Who?
Leslie Jefferson, you know, blind Leslie Jefferson.
Oh, I see. Now the truth comes out. You're off to see some ancient two-bit blues singer.
No. Leslie Jefferson is the blind kiddie you took skydiving and threw off the plane.
Hey, Dave, don't keep saying I threw him. I didn't. I pushed him a little, maybe, but he jumped of his own free will.
So when do you hope to publish Dr. Zimmer's book? I see. Gosh, really? He won't be expecting that. I'm sure he'll be delighted. There must be an awful lot of research. And they go into the life in that sort of detail, do they? And it's all in the book. No, I won't say a word to anyone. Yes, I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.
Da, 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 da. Hey, Thursday, I know you know.
What?
You old devil. This is your life, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
I've just heard Liesl talking to Michael Aspel. That's why you're closing on Thursday.
Thursday, because I've got to go.
Hey, I know. I've got it sussed. Razor sharp, me. Suddenly, everyone is busy on Thursday. You, Liesl, Dave, and I'm going down to London on my own. Oh, yeah. Then they say there's going to be cameras at this too. I tell you, it's all one big setup. Of course, our Brian, they've flown him over. All the way from Australia. Hey, Vince, he's not going on last, is he? That would ruin the whole evening for me, that would.
I don't know what you're on about.
You see, I've always had this vision of me at the end of the programme. Glenn Hoddle shaking one hand, and a couple of little kiddies, orphans or something, kissing the other. That's where Dave's gone. He's gone to the hospital to pick up that little blind lad. Brilliant, I know. At the end of the show, I'll run back, pick him up, take him by the hand, and gently lead him forward.
I don't know anything about this.
You gotta say that, Vince, otherwise you give the game away.
I think you've finally gone off your head.
Hey, don't be rude, otherwise I won't recognise your voice. You'll do your funny phrase and then they'll say, here he is from Fernie Heath Football Club, your very first club manager, Vince Hibbert, and I'll say, never heard of him. Vince, what actually are you going to say anyway?
Do you know something? You're a complete dickhead.
I don't think you can say that on telly. I hope Vince behaves himself tomorrow.
Right, what's he doing tomorrow?
Very good, Dave, very good. Hey, better phone me mum.
You ain't phoned her in years.
That's why I better phone her, make sure I recognise her voice. No. Wrong pocket, man. Yep, that's her voice, all right. It's the answer phone. Hello, Mum. It's Gary. Gary Prince. I just phoned to say that I love you, and I've completely forgiven you for firebombing me Mercedes. And I hope you've forgiven me for having you arrested. Still, I expect the 6 months just flew by. Love to Dad, and to Brian, if you speak to him. God bless. That should do the trick.
What's your game?
Dave, there's no game. You see, at heart, I'm just an ordinary lad who loves his mum and dad. Do you want to write that down, just in case anyone asks you?
Mr. Fitzherbert thought you might like to see the Gary Prince sweaters. They've just arrived.
Hey, love to. Dave, that's an idea. Get everyone to wear one tomorrow, even Glenn Hoddle.
What?
Great publicity.
This was your idea, was it?
It certainly was, and very nice it is too. I like it.
Good. We've got lots of them here.
Discreet, tasteful, me. Hang on, it's on the back.
Yes, well, that's where you put it. They copied the design you sent them precisely.
So, what's on the front?
I'm terribly sorry, Gary. I just sent the piece of paper you gave me.
You stupid pair of... What is the problem? I knew all the time. This is, in fact, my wedding present to you, Sonia.
Oh, Gary. I don't know what to say.
How many they made?
5,000.
Good God. Better be a big wedding, Sonia. OK, love, I'm off. See you later.
No, I thought you were staying in London tonight.
Oh, all right, then. See you tomorrow. Give Dr. Zimmer my regards. Tell him me Auntie Enid really loves his frame.
I don't understand
Zimmer. You really should have thought of a better name, you know. Like you said, gotta see a man about a book. See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all have something in common with tonight's guest speaker, putting them away. With us, it's villains, and with him, it's balls.
You said it, boss.
Gary Prince was one of the finest footballers this country has ever produced.
Hey, what do you mean, one of them?
But now, of course, he's much more than that. Businessman, entrepreneur, television personality. A man who has always got a good word for the boys in blue. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Prince.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honour and a privilege to be with you here this evening. As the boss man says, I've always tried to do me bit for the boys in blue, but to be honest, I prefer to do it for the girls in blue.
Anyway.
Gary, I'm so sorry to interrupt you there.
Oh, God, this is incredible. Mikey, I don't believe it.
But tonight, Richard Collier, OBE, winner of the George Medical Award, this is your life.
More from A Prince Among Men next Monday at 8:30 here on BBC One. And the comedy continues tonight in half an hour with Clive Mantle and Sarah Lancashire. Bloomin' marvellous.
He's a winner, he's a star, he's a prince among men.